guys, I'm Monet, and today me and my sister Kimora are going to be reading Reddit confessions. We're so excited, right?
Yes, I am very excited because we're going to be spilling some tea.
Cheers to the tea. We're going to be reading all the confessions out of 10, and 10 is like the most extreme, 1 is like the least extreme. So let's get started.
Okay, sorry, I'm going to read this one because it's like kind of similar to what I did. I should probably confess something from Reddit too. Anyways, here we go. This one is called, one time I stole someone's eye touch. I took it right off her desk. Okay.
Oh my goodness, okay.
I knew that she would notice, would report it to the teacher, and that the security would be called. So I stole it and waited 5 minutes. Went to the bathroom, and on my way back, I slid it under a vending machine. Came back to class, got searched like we all did, nothing to be found. I had found this person unpleasant and rude to other people, not even to myself. All throughout high school, and I believe this was the day before graduating. I have never since more before than done something like that. Yet I don't really regret it. I just genuinely stay out of trouble and only do things when I'm pretty darn sure I won't get caught. I sold it the next day and brought an ounce of. Okay, so I think I'm gonna rate that a 2.
I'll rate it like a 2 too. Like, I feel like maybe it's because I grew up with you. But
What you trying to say?
I feel like it wasn't as it wasn't like
That is strange. It's not like I killed someone.
I don't think nobody's gonna confess that on Reddit.
I killed someone on accident.
This one is called, once I stole my gym teacher's inhaler during PE class. I stole her inhaler in PE class because I didn't want to run 5 laps when she kept telling me to. She got really tired and needed her inhaler but couldn't find it. This caused her to panic and run out of breath, and after that she went to the ER because she had a very bad asthma attack. If you're reading this, Miss Stanley, I am truly sorry. What is wrong with you? This woman has to go to the hospital. Why are you clapping?
I'm just like, I think that was like a 5.
But she had to go to the hospital. I would give this like a, yeah, this is like a 6 or a 7 for me.
Like
what are you
I would
doing?
never do something like that, but
What are you doing?
why are all these like I stole something? Why are y'all stealing? That's bad. Okay guys, this one is called I poured water in the engine of my dad's motorcycle. Didn't that cause it to like explode? Okay. There's not much to it. I was younger, my dad made me mad, and convincingly there was a bullet full of water sitting on the sidewalk next to us. I picked it up, poured it in the engine, and that was that. Shortly after, he tried to start it up and it didn't work. Years later, he's dead and the motorcycle is still broken, sitting in our front yard. God.
That's like a, I don't know if it's because the dad is dead now, because like what she did, like originally what she did would be like a 6, but since her dad's kind of dead, like it's
That
like
is
a,
so funny.
it's like an 8 now, right?
Yeah, I think I'll give that an 8. It says, what does it say? Hold on. Years later, he's dead and the motorcycle is still broken in our front yard.
One person said drink the water out in his honor. Drink the water out of the motorcycle.
Okay,
girl, no.
That was some good tea. I feel bad for her dad. And rest in peace.
So this one is called I, 24, introduced my younger brother, 18, to drugs and alcohol, and I'm worried he's becoming an addict. This one sounds kind of deep, so like, I introduced my innocent 18-year-old brother hanging out with my friends. We drink and we smoke weed on occasion. He is a straight edge kid, and I was trying to get him out of his shell, and now he is drinking every day and out of control. I feel like this is my fault. Mine was never like this. He's completely abandoned his friends from before and has started hanging out with people that are into the other drugs and stuff. I wanted him to get out of his shy video game nerd virgin shut in the shell, and now I feel like I've created a monster. I miss how he used to be and regret trying to change him.
Bro, one of the comments said, in your other comments, you claim to be 33. Are you lying or are you trolling about your age? And someone says, he's lying about the whole story. But do people do that? Seriously. Good catch, you're right. That is horrible. So
oh wait, we need to rate it.
Oh, that one was like a 5. Since it was like some people were claiming that.
Well, if we're not.
Okay, it would be
Like just the story.
9.5.
I would say that would be a 9 too. Like, what are you doing?
Okay, this one is called. Ooh, there's a lot. It's called "I used to steal my neighbor's car every night and never got caught." Okay, during college, I used to live with my grandmother. At the time, she had requested our neighbor, aged 35, something who didn't have to work because of some large inheritance to teach me driving. So every morning before college, I'd get a free driving lesson, and I picked up pretty fast. One day, he was getting late. That doesn't make sense. He was getting late for something and told me to drop him off, park the car, and return the keys before leaving for college. I did the first 2, but never returned the keys. I went to college, made a duplicate key, and when I got home, I sincerely apologized to him for forgetting to drop off the keys. After that, I sneak out of the house late night and take myself for a drive. It was amazing. The breeze and empty streets were fantastic. The city is just something else at night. After a couple of days, he realized that his petrol was getting over super fast, but he didn't suspect anything. He just told me that he thinks the neighbors are really jealous of him. That's why they steal the petrol from his car at home. Laughing emojis. He was so delusional. I had so many other incidents that happened during this period, which we'll save for another time. But I never got caught.
Girl, that's like a 10. Because
Yeah.
why are you stealing somebody's car? And this girl, I don't know if this is a girl or a boy, but this person, they literally even made, like, a duplicate key. Like, come on. That's a 10 for me. What about you?
It's a 10. I was drinking my life because, like, imagine stealing someone's car, never getting caught, and going out every night. Like, can never be me.
What? Okay. This one is called I stole my mom's bank account card to get Robux.
I would never do that. Legit.
So this happened when I was 11. All of my friends at school were getting Robux, and I was the only one who wasn't getting. Why did they put a random period right there? I had asked my mom several times to get me Robux, but she always said that she doesn't trust online stuff. So this time I got angry. When my mom was bathing, I snuck into her bedroom and took her wallet from her handbag, then ran to my bedroom. I took out my iPad and put in her card details, and then got 400 Robux. But I wanted to move because when it comes to Robux, it's hard to save. So I got myself more Robux. So then I ran to my mom's bedroom and put back her card in her wallet. The next day at school, I shut off my Robux, but when I got home, my mom beat me up, yelling, "I just got back from the bank," shouting at them, thinking they stole my money. And when I opened my phone again to show them, I saw it was written iPad, and you're the only one in this house who has one. She continually beat me up, asking what I did with the money, and I lied, saying I had to pay for an Apple storage. But she could tell I was lying. She said I used P300, but I know she was also lying because my mom likes to exaggerate a lot. So I checked how much I spent, and it turns out I spent $192. Ever since that day, I stopped asking my mom for Robux, thinking about the way she would respond. I did make it up to her by buying the handbag she always wanted, and she seemed really happy. I also became much more grateful for the things I got and didn't ask much from her. Whoa, what is this people in the comment is? One of these people in the comments is so wrong. He's like, the day you write like you're still 11, and that's true because this person cannot spell. Like I had a hard time reading that. But what would you rate that one?
Probably a 10, cause like
A 10?
Yeah. Well, never mind. I guess like maybe a
No, a 10.
No, a 9 or an 8 actually, because like imagine stealing your mom's Robux card, her finding out, which it was supposed to be a secret. You going home and get beaten. Like, really?
I would rate it like a 5 because like, yeah, that's so wrong. Like that's probably money she could have used for other things, but like also like Robux, really for Robux?
Like I would have if I did that, I would have bought me like a Chanel bag. I forced a primary school friend with a heart problem to use stairs instead of an elevator. This was a long time ago. I was CC A, 12 years old, and one of my friends from the class had some heart, for which is recommended circulatory problems, which is recommended to use elevators instead of stairs whenever possible. In school, we had one small elevator reserved exclusively for disabled children / workers, and she had full access of using it. But here's the catch. I didn't know she had heart problems. I thought she and her friend were using the elevator because they wanted to for no reason, and it was forbidden to misuse the elevator. Two of them would never enter it and try to use it, but I saw them, and the moment the elevator door closed, I would rush to hit the open button so they can't go anywhere. And this lasted for 4 through 5 attempts. They wouldn't know it was me all along. They thought the elevator was broken. Eventually, they gave up and used the stairs instead. I felt proud from stopping them to use it and use the stairs instead. The other week, our teacher announced to the whole class that she had a heart problem, and someone blanked with them trying to use the elevator previous week. Then I realized and unfortunately the announcement of her condition was a bit too late still. I feel bad for doing it to this day. Nothing serious happened afterward. It was just a moment of me trying to punish someone for misusing a reserved elevator for one that actually needed. You weren't her friend. God, I hate kids like that. I felt proud. Did you not have anything else to do? I don't know.
That one was like, I felt like it was like a one.
Yeah, it wasn't that extraordinary, but that was like really sad.
This one is called, I faked having tortoise in 7th grade and it haunts me.
What is tortoise?
It's like a, it's like a, not a disease, it's like a condition where you just look it up. It's about 4.5 years ago. I wasn't even that young, which makes it so much worse. I had come across this YouTube channel of a girl vlogging her life with tortoise, and I was suddenly convinced I had it and immediately started mimicking the behavior. And I continued to do it at school the next day. I honestly don't recall much, but I remember I would walk around with my friends and I would be excessively loud, and I would even drag it to class doing questionable movements and noises. I had no idea how long this lasted and exactly why I was being so hypocritical, but my stomach drops of embarrassment and guilt every time I think about it. How could that one, I feel like everybody has done something embarrassing or cringy. I haven't faked any diseases or anything. I would give it
a 1?
A 4.
A 4?
Okay. I would give it, it's higher than the one with the heart disease because this girl was literally faking somebody else's disease.
Yeah. I would give that a 3 because I just don't know what tortoise are, but it's wrong to fix a disease that somebody else has had. You could have faked anything else. Okay, this one is called, I used to hurt my disabled brother when I was younger. My older brother is several years older than me, but he will always have the mental capabilities of a toddler due to medical issues and mental disables. Not going into detail for anonymity.
Okay,
period.
speak louder.
He is capable of taking care of himself at all. For as long as I was capable of caring for myself. 8 years old or so, I had to take care of feeding him, giving him showers, getting him dressed, making sure he got his medication, etc. Along with my other siblings, my parents didn't really help that much. Yes, they were neglectful. That's not the point of this post though. My brother always hated showers, and I hated helping him because he would get physically violent when he was upset. He'd hit me, pinch me, etc. He had no idea what he was doing was wrong. But I would get so mad when he'd do it. I was so tired of being stuck at home all the time to take care of this ungrateful person who was constantly hurting me. So I would hurt him back. I would never do anything that would leave marks, but I would roughly grab his wrist to stop him from pinching or hitting me harder than I needed to. Or I'd grab his face or I'd pinch him back as soon as I could get away without leaving a mark. Sometimes, if he wasn't cooperating while I blow dried his hair, I would hold the hair dryer in one place until he complained it was too hot. Sometimes I would just do it if he was refusing to do what I asked, not just if he was hitting me. The worst thing I did is put my hands around his neck and think about strangling him. I did this a couple of times. I never actually squeezed, thank God. But sometimes I wondered if I really would have done worse if I wouldn't get caught. I never did get in trouble, nor did I get caught by my parents. Rather than it being like a scuffle between siblings, I feel like it was more than that. I was intentionally hurting him to take out my frustration, and I knew I could get away with it because he couldn't coherently speak out and tell my parents what I was doing to him. I feel that's the worst part, the fact that I was taking out my frustration on a vulnerable person who could not tell on me, and who, despite being bigger than me for the large majority of his direction of this time, would not seriously fight back. While never left any lasting damage, any marks, etc., I feel like a disgusting person for taking advantage of someone like that. I know what I did was wrong and that I will never ever be a truly good person because of those things I did in the past. I never told anyone what I did to him except for my other siblings. I needed them to understand why I could not be the one to take care of him when he was an adult and a friend. P.S. For anyone concerned, my brother and all my other siblings have now been safely away from my parents and me, I guess, for several years. We are independent adults. My brother goes to a special needs program and has a job during the day, and my eldest sister is paid to take care of him. I have apologized to my brother several times, although he doesn't understand, in which he is at least very happy to see me when I visit.
That's a lot to take on at a young age. This wasn't fair on you. Not your parents for putting you in a position. Forgive yourself. There are much worse people in the world. I hope you feel better about it. I think this is like a 10.
Yeah, that is
Purely because like it's low-key kind of like abusive, especially when it's your disabled brother and you're like constantly hitting him and taking your frustrations out on him. But then again, when you think about it, you were 8 years old at the time, you had neglectful parents, nobody was helping you, you're the oldest, but that doesn't make anything you did right. But I will applaud this person because like they know what they did was wrong, and that's why they're like trying to separate themselves, because they know like, girl, no, that is not okay. But
correction, he was the oldest.
I know, I'm talking about the oldest at
yeah. I think it's a 10 out of 10 because hurting your disabled brother, you know he's disabled, he's not able to actually speak and yell and tell your parents, and your parents probably wouldn't even care since they're neglective. And but like Monet said, she also knows what she did was wrong and regrets it and feels bad about it. So yeah, that's a 10.
This one says, I snuck out and stole alcohol and then called my best friend. Okay, so yes, I'm in high school, and a couple of days ago when I was outside playing frisbee with the neighborhood kid, I noticed that their parents had a mini fridge on their porch with alcohol in it. I took a mental note of this, but I wasn't actually going to take any. That was until last night. I was talking to my guy best friend. He made me extremely angry. Basically what happened was he was jokingly mad at me, and I was telling him how I loved him and how he shouldn't be mad. For some context, we both know we like each other but have decided to stay friends as of right now. So it's not that unusual for us to jokingly say I love you to one another. Well, he was being really petty and said, I like you as a friend. This made me really mad. I mean, I know he loved me or whatever, but he said it because he knew it would get me mad, and it worked. Well, before he could say anything, and call dropped, and I tried calling him back, but he would not answer. So anyways, after a while of him still ignoring me, I decided to sneak out and go steal some alcohol from my neighbors. I did this knowing my BFF would be mad, but it gets worse. Then I started spam calling him and leaving him not very nice voicemails and texts. They weren't super bad or anything, they just sounded more desperate than anything. But I ended up doing that until about 5 in the morning. Other thing I did was go on Omegle drunk, even though I promised him I wouldn't go on Omegle and give away my Snap to any more guys since we were talking. But I ended up giving a guy my Snap, and my BFF still has not called, only texted me back. So I have a reason to think he got grounded, and he wasn't really ignoring me. So now I feel bad and really hope he will call me back soon so I can apologize. Girl, what is wrong with you? That's like a 7. That is
like
irritating. Like, if somebody did that to me, I would be irritated. And who just goes and like, let me just take a mental note of my neighbor's alcohol. What was I saying? Like, who takes a mental note of their neighbors, like freaking mini fridge and goes like, just taking a mental note of their alcohol. Girl, you knew you were gonna take it. And how did you like go in like their backyard and just like walk in? Like, how did you even get a hold of it? Like, how open is your neighborhood?
Okay, guys.
Also, why would you bother him like that? Like, leave that poor man alone.
This one is called I broke your reading on the other one. 2. I broke my friend's school-issued Chromebook and said it wasn't me. In middle school, I had accidentally broke a friend's Chromebook. From those who are still in middle school and high school, do your friends walk up to your Chromebook and turn it off using the command Ctrl-Shift-QQ? I walked up to his Chromebook while we were leaving and turned it off using said command. And I closed the Chromebook a little too hard, and when I opened that Chromebook, the screen was broken. Slowly closed it and walked away. We saw each other again during lunch, and he was all down because his Chromebook screen was broken. His Chromebook screen was damaged. He told us that he had a replacement one with him, and the one the school gave him is in the library, getting sent to the tech department for repair. After a week later, someone at his table asked how much the repair cost and how your parents reacted to the repair cost. We got an answer, and the cost of repairing the screen was around $40 through $50. Can't remember the cost. As for punishment, he got grounded from his games and phone for a week. I never told him it was me, and I don't plan on going to.
I'd rate that girl. I mean, it was an accident, but still, that's like a 4.
Yeah, maybe a 4. The thing is, I would have probably told them it was me and probably helped them pay it.
Yeah. And then maybe they wouldn't have gone grounded because they got punished for something they didn't even do.
Yeah.
And I know if like I came home with a broken Chromebook that I didn't do, but I didn't know how it happened, my parents would be all up me and they'll be like, well, it's your responsibility. And that's just annoying to deal with. Like, no.
Yep.
This one is called I Was the One Who Cracked My Brother's Head Open When We Were Kids. I gotta restart. They do not know how to type. When I was around 6 or 7 and my brother was 2 or 3 out in the backyard, I was digging with a shovel. I was about 3 feet away from the door, and being a toddler, he ran out without assessing the situation. This situation was being me about to jerk the shovel over my shoulder because it was stuck under some heavy dirt. Because of where he was, it hit him and cut him. Because I was scared of getting into trouble, I ran upstairs and told my parents he was the one who was digging and hit himself. And he had a wound that had to get glued closed. Okay. He's now 13 and has a small but noticeable scar and has no lasting effects. He was born stupid. It wasn't due to the injury. And as far as I know, he has no memory of the incident. I'm 17 and plan to drunkenly confess one day because what they gonna do? Ground me? More one person in the comments said I cut my sister's hair once and I was like 5 or 6 and she was like 2 or 3.
Sounds familiar.
Anyways, this one I would rate it like another 4 because like, why are you getting so close to
I want to talk.
This one I would rate it a 4 because like, first of all, that's a really bad wound and now they have a noticeable scar, but also it was an accident and that sounds like something I would do. Like,
that's like an 8, yeah, to me, because like I would never do that. And
girls, stop lying.
And I know it wasn't her fault, but like she could have been more careful checking her surroundings, especially if she's doing this and then and then she lied about it.
No, but just think about it. She hit him so hard in the head that his head literally cut open.
Oh, sounds familiar. Like how Kanos got hit with that metal baseball bat.
Oh.
But it wasn't us. It was
somebody else.
Yeah. So basically, like, I would confess. I'm like, I'm sorry. You can hit me. You can grab me. I don't care. Just, I'm sorry. You know?
Okay. Well, that was the end of this video. Kamor's back's hurting, so we'll cut it out here. That is the reason why I'm ending it. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you liked some of the stories, and if you agree with our ratings and all that stuff, make sure to like, comment, subscribe. Bye. Have an amazing day.
And now it's time for the bloopers.
Hi guys. Wait, what's my intro? Hold up. Hold up. Ah! Somebody blink.
No.
Why do you keep picking those super long ones?
Oh no.